If you're over 60 and you've started holding books farther away, rubbing your eyes more often, or struggling to see clearly when driving at night, this isn't just getting old. It's a warning, a silent one, and it may have started on your dinner plate. Every day, thousands of seniors experience blurred vision, dry eyes, or sudden sensitivity to light. Most ignore it. They assume it's normal, just part of aging. But what if I told you that 4 specific vegetables, yes, vegetables, could be quietly sabotaging your vision from the inside out? You've likely been told to eat more greens, to eat the rainbow. And while that's often good advice, not all vegetables are safe for aging eyes. In fact, some of them, especially when consumed in excess or prepared the wrong way, can trigger inflammation in the retina, increase intraocular pressure, and accelerate the breakdown of the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision. You might be eating these vegetables daily, believing they're protecting your health, when in reality, they're draining it. Dr. Kim Seok-woo, a geriatric nutritionist from Seoul National University, warns, "We've seen an alarming rise in diet-induced retinal inflammation in older adults. Most cases involve repeated exposure to specific compounds found in common vegetables. The issue isn't the vegetable itself, it's the chemical reactions it causes in an aging body. Your liver slows down, your eyes become less efficient at filtering toxins, blood vessels thin, and even a healthy food can become a silent enemy under the wrong conditions. So, why is no one talking about this? Because these vegetables are marketed as superfoods, because they are cheap, because they are colorful, and because nobody expects that something so natural could quietly take away something as vital as your eyesight. But your body knows. It's been trying to tell you, through the strain you feel when reading, through the dry, itchy sensation after meals, through the halos around lights at night. This is your body asking for help. And in the next section, you'll discover the first of these vegetables, the one many people add to their healthy lunch without ever realizing what it's doing, to their vision. Stay with me, because the final vegetable on this list is one you probably eat at dinner, and it could be making it harder to see in low light, increasing your risk of nighttime falls. This is not fear, this is knowledge, and knowledge gives you control again. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from and what time is it there? It looks harmless, fresh, green, full of life. It's praised on health blogs, featured in detox diets, and found in almost every anti-aging meal plan. But what most people don't realize, especially those over 60, is that this so-called superfood could be quietly damaging their vision. The first culprit is spinach. Yes, spinach. You've heard it's great for you, rich in iron, packed with vitamins, full of antioxidants, and that's not entirely wrong. Spinach contains important nutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin, both essential for eye health. But here's what nobody tells you. Spinach is also extremely high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds that, when consumed in large amounts, can interfere with calcium absorption, form crystals in the kidneys, and even increase inflammation throughout the body. But most dangerously, they've been linked to elevated intraocular pressure, the very pressure that silently leads to glaucoma. Now imagine this. You start your day with a green smoothie. Spinach, kale, maybe a little beet. It feels like a healthy choice, but to your aging eyes, it's a slow buildup of stress. Your liver is no longer detoxifying as efficiently. Your kidneys aren't filtering out excess oxalates like they used to, and your eyes, especially the tiny blood vessels behind them, are feeling the impact. Vision begins to blur, light becomes too intense, reading tires you faster, and all of it starts with what you thought was helping. Dr. Yoon-ji Park, a researcher in ocular biochemistry, has been studying this connection for years. According to her, high oxalate diets in older adults can contribute to oxidative stress and restricted blood flow in the retina. The irony, she says, is that the same vegetables promoted as eye-friendly can become problematic when not consumed properly. But there's a solution, and it's simple. Cook your spinach. Just a few minutes of steaming or sautéing breaks down a large portion of the oxalates. Don't combine it with other oxalate-rich foods like beet greens or Swiss chard in the same meal. Drink plenty of water to help your body flush out excess waste. And always pair these greens with a source of calcium, which can bind oxalates and reduce their harmful effects. The The problem isn't spinach alone, it's how we treat food like medicine without understanding its effects in the aging body. And, for your eyes, that misunderstanding might cost you more than you know, because this is just the beginning. In the next section, we reveal the second vegetable. It's often praised for heart health and fiber, but inside your body, it may be fueling the formation of cataracts and making it harder for you to adapt to light changes, a dangerous risk as you age. Stay to the end, because the final vegetable on this list affects your night vision. And if you've been stumbling in the dark or seeing halos around lights, this next part may be the warning your body's been trying to send you. You've seen it on every health-conscious plate, crisp, crunchy, and always present in salads that promise freshness and lightness. But what if I told you that this common vegetable, especially when eaten raw and in excess, could be accelerating one of the most feared conditions of aging, cataracts? We're talking about raw cabbage. Yes, the same cabbage you slice into coleslaw or mix into your lunch salad with olive oil and lemon. While cabbage is known for its fiber, vitamin C, and digestive benefits, it hides a lesser-known danger: goitrogens and thiocyanates, compounds that can interfere with your thyroid function when consumed frequently and uncooked. You might ask, what does the thyroid have to do with my eyes? Everything. Your thyroid controls your metabolism, blood flow, and the balance of several hormones that directly affect your vision. When it slows down, a condition known as hypothyroidism, fluid builds up around the eyes, light sensitivity increases, and the risk of cataracts rises. For seniors, this impact is amplified. The body slows down naturally with age, and even a small disruption in thyroid function can lead to accelerated oxidative damage in the lens of the eye. Dr. Minjae Huang, an endocrinologist in Busan, recently published findings linking raw cruciferous vegetables, especially cabbage, to hormonal imbalances in seniors who already have low iodine levels. The chain reaction is subtle, he explains, but over time, it leads to foggy vision, headaches, and even night blindness. And the truth is, raw cabbage is just harder on the system after 60. While it may help younger people with digestion and detox, older adults process these compounds more slowly. The anti-nutrients remain longer in the bloodstream, interfere with vitamin absorption, especially vitamins A and E, which are crucial for eye health, and leave the eyes vulnerable to UV damage and internal degeneration. But there's a fix. Cook your cabbage. A quick steam or light sauté can deactivate up to 90% of its goitrogens. You still get the fiber, still enjoy the taste, but you remove the threat. You can also opt for fermented versions like kimchi or sauerkraut, both easier to digest and less likely to affect your thyroid. And remember, the issue isn't the vegetable itself, it's how it interacts with an aging body already working. Harder to keep systems in balance. Think back to your last few meals. Was there raw cabbage in your salad? How often do you eat it per week? Has your vision become cloudier lately, or do bright lights seem harsher than before? These are not coincidences, they're clues, and they lead us straight to the next critical point. It's not only what you eat, but what you lack that puts your eyesight at risk. Because in Section 4, we'll uncover a common deficiency that's quietly robbing seniors of visual clarity, and it has nothing to do with glasses or screen. Stay with me. Your eyesight deserves this attention. Sometimes the damage doesn't come from what you're eating, but from what's missing on your plate. You wake up and everything looks a little dimmer. Letters blur on the page. Streetlights glow with halos. You clean your glasses. Rub your eyes. Blame the weather, but deep inside your body is giving you a quiet signal. A vital nutrient is gone, and without it, your vision is slowly slipping away. This deficiency is shockingly common among adults over 60, and even more dangerous because it's so silent. The name of this nutrient? Vitamin A. You might think, but I eat vegetables. I'm careful with my diet. And that's the trap. Because while many seniors consume plant-based sources of vitamin A, like carrots or sweet potatoes, these sources rely on a conversion process in the liver, a process that becomes less effective with age. Your liver slows, your digestion weakens, and suddenly, what used to be enough no longer is. Vitamin A is essential for maintaining the health of your retina, particularly the photoreceptors that allow you to see in low light. When levels drop, the first symptom is often night blindness. You find yourself hesitating at staircases, struggling in dim restaurants, or needing brighter bulbs just to read a book. Over time, the deficiency can contribute to dry eyes, corneal ulcers, and permanent vision loss. Dr. Hyun Kyu Lim, a specialist in geriatric ophthalmology, puts it simply: vitamin A isn't optional, it's protective, And after 60, many of our patients aren't getting nearly enough, despite believing they are. But there's another twist. Certain vegetables block or slow the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. These anti-nutrients, such as phytic acid and lectins, are found in abundance in raw legumes and cruciferous vegetables, including the spinach and cabbage we discussed earlier. So not only are you potentially eating the wrong foods, but those foods are preventing your body from absorbing the very nutrients that would protect your eyes. It's a dangerous loop. You eat healthy, but your body feels weaker. You follow the advice, but your vision keeps fading. So what's the fix? First, understand this. Vitamin A from animal sources, like liver, egg yolks, and fatty fish, is called retinol, and it's far more bioavailable than plant-based beta-carotene. Retinol doesn't need to be converted. Your body can use it immediately. Second, always consume fat-soluble vitamins with a source of healthy fat: olive oil, avocado, nuts, to aid absorption. And third, avoid combining vitamin A-rich meals with anti-nutrient-heavy vegetables in the same dish. For example, don't eat a spinach salad with eggs and assume you're absorbing all the retinol. It doesn't work that way after 60. Think of your body like a machine that's been running for decades. It still works, but only if you fuel it properly. Miss one element, especially one as critical as vitamin A, and the system starts to dim. And the sad part? Many people don't realize they're deficient until it's too late. In the next section, we'll expose a third vegetable. It looks powerful. It's bright. It's marketed as anti-inflammatory, but inside your body, it might be quietly increasing the inflammation in your retinal arteries, and you won't feel it until your vision begins to warp and distort. This one surprises everyone. It's bold, bitter, packed with color. Every cookbook and health guru seems to love it. They call it anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich, a detoxifier. But for your aging eyes, this vegetable might be doing the opposite. It could be feeding a slow, invisible fire deep inside your retina. The third culprit? Red beetroot. Yes, that vibrant root vegetable you've been told helps your blood pressure, your heart, your liver. And to some degree, it does. But here's the problem. Red beets are extremely high in natural nitrates, and while nitrates can improve blood flow in small doses, excessive intake, especially in older adults, can backfire. Here's how. As we age, the delicate blood vessels in the eyes become more sensitive. They thin, lose elasticity, and become prone to inflammation. When you consume large amounts of dietary nitrates from beets, your body converts them into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels. That sounds like a good thing. But when this happens too often, in a system already fragile from age, it can lead to vascular leakage, oxidative stress, and damage to the retinal barrier. Dr. Jae Hoon Kim, a vascular ophthalmologist from Seoul, explains, in younger patients, beet nitrates help dilate vessels. In older patients, the effect is less predictable. We're now seeing retinal microbleeds and photoreceptor stress linked to chronic nitrate exposure. But that's not all. Beets also contain oxalates, the same compounds found in spinach, which again can accumulate and impair nutrient absorption. In particular, they interfere with magnesium and zinc, two minerals essential for retinal health and night vision. And many seniors make the same mistake. They juice raw beets. They drink beet smoothies every morning. They consume beet chips, beet salads, beet powder. They follow the trends and pay the price in silence. You might feel more energetic at first. Your blood pressure might improve, but beneath the surface, your eyes are struggling. The vessels swell, light sensitivity increases, your field of vision subtly narrows. And the scariest part? You won't feel pain, just decline. So what can you do? First, limit raw beet consumption. A few slices in a salad occasionally are fine, but daily juices or powders, dangerous after 60. Second, if you love beets, cook them thoroughly and pair them with foods rich in calcium and zinc to mitigate oxalate impact. Third, rotate your vegetables. Don't fall into the trap of eating the same superfood every day. Variety protects you. Lastly, monitor your night vision. If you're seeing halos, struggling with glare, or your eyes tire easily in low light, listen. That's your body speaking. The paradox is clear. The food marketed as your friend may be quietly compromising your future. And there's still one more vegetable left, the most deceptive of all. Because this one doesn't strike during the day. It works while you sleep, interfering with the way your eyes adapt to darkness, throwing off your internal rhythm, and increasing your risk of nighttime confusion, dizziness, and even falls. need to know what it is because you've probably been eating it with dinner, believing it helps you wind down. Stay with me. It's soft, comforting, often served warm at the end of the day. You've likely eaten it your whole life without a second thought, especially during dinner. But after 60, this vegetable may be silently disrupting one of your body's most fragile processes, your ability to see in the dark. The fourth and final culprit is corn. Yes, corn, the golden grain disguised as a vegetable, found in soups, stews, casseroles, and side dishes across the world. Most people think of corn as harmless, even wholesome, but under the surface, corn carries a dangerous combination of high glycemic load, hidden inflammation triggers, and nutrient-blocking compounds that target your vision, especially at night. Here's what happens. Corn causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, which is especially problematic before bed. When your glucose rises too high in the evening, it affects your melatonin production, the hormone that controls sleep cycles and nighttime recovery processes, including the regeneration of retinal cells responsible for scotopic vision, your ability to see in low light. Over time, eating corn at night may reduce your brain's capacity to enter deep sleep, interfere with eye detoxification, and impair the balance of vitamin A and lutein in the retina. But that's not the only problem. Corn is also low in essential antioxidants and often loaded with pesticide residues like glyphosate, substances that have been linked to macular degeneration, especially in people with weakened liver function or compromised detox systems, common after 60. Worse, many forms of corn are genetically modified, which may carry additional inflammatory effects still under study. And let's not forget another hidden danger, phytic acid. Corn contains this compound, which binds to zinc, magnesium, and iron, 3 nutrients absolutely critical for healthy night vision. So while you enjoy your corn soup or baked corn pudding before bed, your eyes might be starving for the minerals they need to regenerate and repair. Dr. Ji Young Choi, a neurologist specializing in sleep and aging, explains, we've underestimated how much nighttime food affects cognitive and visual performance in seniors. Corn, with its sugar load and anti-nutrient profile, is one of the most disruptive ingredients for healthy sleep and retinal adaptation. Still, most people eat it. Without hesitation, a small serving of corn with dinner, popcorn during a movie, a corn-based cereal as a late-night snack, and then they wonder why they feel off balance at night, why they're more sensitive to light, why their eyes burn in the morning. But this isn't about blame, it's about awareness. Here's what you can do. First, limit corn at night, especially processed or canned forms. If you enjoy corn, eat it earlier in the day and in moderation. Second, increase your intake of vitamin A-rich foods in the evening. Things like pasture-raised eggs, carrots, cooked with healthy fat, or even a spoonful of cod liver oil. Third, rebuild your mineral reserves. If you're over 60, you likely need more magnesium, zinc, and selenium than you think. Without them, your retina cannot repair itself properly. And finally, listen to your body. That stumbling in the dark, that glare that makes it hard to drive, that isn't just age, it's feedback. Your body is asking you to pay attention. Now that you know the 4 vegetables that could be sabotaging your sight, the next step isn't panic, it's power. Because in the final message, we'll tie everything together. What you eat doesn't just feed your body, it shapes your future. This isn't about fear, it's about clarity, the kind that starts in your plate, flows through your blood, and ends in the way you see the world. By now you've learned the truth behind 4 common vegetables: spinach, cabbage, beetroot, and corn, each praised for their health benefits, yet each capable of quietly harming your vision if consumed carelessly, especially after the age of 60. Not because they are inherently bad, but because your body, your liver, your eyes, they've changed. What worked at 30 doesn't always work at 60, and pretending otherwise comes at a price. The pain in your eyes at night, the difficulty reading small text, the increased sensitivity to headlights, these are not just symptoms of age, they are signs, warnings, your body's way of whispering, I need help. And the answer doesn't always lie in medications, surgeries, or stronger glasses. Sometimes it starts with what's on your fork. This is not about chasing youth, it's about protecting your dignity, about preserving the ability to read a book to your grandchildren, to walk down the stairs at night without fear, to look in the mirror and still see yourself. Because good vision isn't a luxury, it's freedom. Freedom to move, to recognize, faces to live independently, to experience the world with confidence, and that freedom begins with knowledge, the kind you now have. So what do you do with it? You take it seriously. You cook the spinach, you steam the cabbage, you moderate the beets, you limit the corn at night, and most importantly, you listen to your body. It's not betraying you, it's guiding you. This video was never about vegetables. It was about vision. Not just what you see through your eyes, but how clearly you understand your own health, your own needs, and the choices that either move you toward freedom or take you further from it. If this message reached you, help it reach someone else. Someone who still thinks blurry vision is just getting old. Someone who needs to hear that the answer might already be in their kitchen. Because sometimes a single warning, a single piece of truth can save someone's sight, and that is dignity.